Lily had always been fascinated by the stars. As a child, she would spend hours lying on the grass in her backyard, staring up at the night sky, imagining the stories each constellation held. Now, as an adult, her love for the stars had only deepened. She had become an astronomer, dedicating her life to studying the mysteries of the universe. Lily lived in a small town, far from the bright lights of the city, where the night sky was clear and unpolluted. Her house was cozy and simple, with a large backyard that served as her personal observatory. She had a powerful telescope set up, and every night she would sit outside, gazing at the stars and making notes in her journal. One evening, as Lily was adjusting her telescope, she received a message on her phone. It was from her childhood friend, Jack. They had grown up together in the same town, but Jack had moved to the city for work a few years ago. Despite the distance, they had stayed in touch, their friendship as strong as ever. "Hey Lily," the message read. "I know it's been a while since we last talked. I miss our stargazing nights. How about we have a virtual stargazing session tonight? I'll be on my rooftop, and you can be in your backyard. We'll look at the same stars and talk, just like old times." Lily's heart warmed at the thought. She missed Jack too, and the idea of sharing the night sky with him, even from a distance, brought a smile to her face. She quickly typed a reply. "I'd love that, Jack. Let's do it. I'll be outside at 9 p.m. As the time approached, Lily set up her telescope and grabbed a blanket to keep warm. She made herself a cup of hot chocolate and settled into her favorite chair. At exactly 9 p.m., her phone buzzed with a video call from Jack. She answered, and his familiar face filled the screen. "Hey, Lily," Jack said, his voice warm and cheerful. "It's good to see you." "You too, Jack," Lily replied, her smile matching his. "I've missed this." "Me too," Jack said. "So, what are we looking at tonight?" Lily adjusted her telescope and pointed it toward a particularly bright star. "Let's start with Vega," she said. "It's one of the brightest stars in the night sky." They spent the next few hours talking and stargazing, just like they used to. They shared stories, laughed, and marveled at the beauty of the universe. It felt as if no time had passed since they were children, lying on the grass and dreaming about the stars. As the night went on, their conversation turned more personal. Jack told Lily about his life in the city, his job, his friends, and the challenges he faced. Lily listened intently, offering words of encouragement and support. "I'm proud of you, Jack," she said. "You've achieved so much, even though it's been tough." "Thanks, Lily," Jack replied, his voice soft. "I couldn't have done it without you. Your letters and messages always kept me going." Lily felt a warmth in her chest at his words. "You mean a lot to me, Jack. You always have." They continued to talk, their connection growing stronger with each passing minute. As the night sky began to lighten with the approach of dawn, they reluctantly said their goodbyes, promising to do this again soon. The virtual stargazing sessions became a regular occurrence for Lily and Jack. Every week, they would set aside time to gaze at the stars together, sharing their thoughts, dreams, and experiences. Their bond deepened, and Lily found herself looking forward to their conversations more than anything else. One evening, as they were talking about their favorite constellations, Jack's voice took on a more serious tone. "Lily, there's something I've been wanting to tell you," he began. Lily's heart skipped a beat. "What is it, Jack?" "I've been thinking a lot about us," Jack said, his voice steady. "I realized that I have feelings for you. I've felt this way for a long time, but I was afraid to tell you because of the distance. But I can't keep it to myself any longer." Lily felt a surge of emotions, surprise, joy, and a hint of nervousness. She had always cared deeply for Jack, but she hadn't allowed herself to consider the possibility of something more. Now, hearing his confession, her heart swelled with happiness. "Jack, I have feelings for you too," she admitted, her voice trembling with emotion. "I've felt this way for a long time, but I was afraid to tell you for the same reasons." Jack's face lit up with a smile. "I'm so glad to hear that, Lily. I know it's not easy with the distance, but I believe we can make it work." "Me too, Jack," Lily said, her heart full of hope. "We'll find a way." From that moment on, their virtual stargazing sessions took on a new significance. They were no longer just friends sharing a love for the stars. They were two people in love, separated by distance but united by their hearts. Months passed, and their relationship continued to grow. They visited each other whenever they could, cherishing the moments they spent together. Jack would come to Lily's small town, and they would spend their nights stargazing in her backyard. Lily would visit Jack in the city, and they would explore the urban landscape together, finding beauty in the contrast between the bustling streets and the quiet night sky. One evening, as they lay on a blanket in Lily's backyard, Jack turned to her with a serious expression. "Lily, I've been thinking about our future," he said, his voice steady. "I don't want to be apart from you any longer. I want us to be together, under the same sky, every night." Lily's heart swelled with emotion. "What are you saying, Jack?" "I'm saying that I want to move back here, to be with you," Jack said, his eyes filled with determination. "I've talked to my boss, and they agreed to let me work remotely. I can do my job from anywhere, and I want to do it from here, with you." Tears of joy filled Lily's eyes as she listened to Jack's words. "Oh, Jack, I can't believe it. I want that too. I want us to be together." Jack pulled her into his arms, holding her tightly. "Then it's settled. I'll start making arrangements, and soon we'll be together, under the same starry sky." The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of activity. Jack made the move back to their hometown, and Lily helped him settle into his new home. They spent their days working and their nights stargazing, their love growing stronger with each passing moment. One special night, as they lay on their blanket, gazing up at the stars, Jack reached into his pocket and pulled out a small box. He turned to Lily, his eyes filled with love and hope. "Lily, there's one more thing I need to ask you," he said, his voice trembling with emotion. "Will you marry me?" Lily's breath caught in her throat as she looked at the ring Jack held out to her. Tears of joy streamed down her face as she nodded, unable to speak. "Yes, Jack," she finally managed to say, "Yes, I will marry you." Jack slipped the ring onto her finger and kissed her, their hearts full of love and happiness. As they held each other under the starry sky, they knew that their love story was just beginning. The months that followed were filled with wedding preparations and dreams for the future. They planned a small, intimate ceremony in their favorite park, surrounded by family and friends. On a warm summer evening, with the stars shining brightly above them, Lily and Jack exchanged their vows, promising to love and cherish each other for the rest of their lives. Their wedding was a celebration of love, not just between them, but also with the people who had supported and encouraged them along the way. As they danced under the stars, Lily felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey that had brought them to this moment. After the wedding, Lily and Jack settled into their new life together. They continued to pursue their passions, Lily with her astronomy, and Jack with his writing, but now they did it together, sharing their dreams and supporting each other every step of the way. One evening, as they sat on their blanket in the backyard, gazing up at the night sky, Jack turned to Lily with a thoughtful expression. "You know, Lily, our love story began under the stars. I think we should continue that tradition." Lily smiled, her heart full of love for the man beside her. "What do you mean, Jack?" "I mean that we should make a promise to each other," Jack said, his eyes shining with determination. "No matter what happens, no matter where life takes us, we will always make time to stargaze together. It's our special connection, and I want to keep it alive." Tears of joy filled Lily's eyes as she nodded. "I promise, Jack. We'll always make time for the stars." And so, their tradition continued. Every week, they would set aside time to gaze at the stars together, sharing their thoughts, dreams, and love. They knew that no matter where life took them, they would always have their special connection, their love shining as brightly as the stars above. Years passed, and their love story continued to grow. They faced challenges and joys, but through it all, their bond remained strong. They traveled the world together, always finding time to look up at the night sky and remember the promise they had made. One evening, as they sat on their blanket, now with their children by their side, Lily looked at Jack with a heart full of love and gratitude. "We've come a long way, haven't we, Jack?" Jack smiled, his eyes filled with love for the woman who had shared his journey. "We have, Lily. And I wouldn't change a thing. Our love story is a beautiful adventure, and I'm so grateful to share it with you." As they lay under the starry sky, surrounded by their family, Lily knew that their love was timeless, as constant and enduring as the stars above. And she felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that no matter where life took them, they would always be together, under the same starry sky.